There's a reason why rich people, famous people, or people who have made it say to love the struggle. Now, think about this scenario. If you were a millionaire, or if you were to, let's say you were to give a millionaire or a billionaire, they have tons of money, but let's say you were to give them another $1 million. If they're a multimillionaire, let's say they have $10 million, or let's say a billionaire. If you were to give a billionaire $1 million, would that really excite him? Would he really be so happy? Would he be super grateful? Maybe a little, but if you were to give that $1 million, like let's say a random person won the lottery, they get multi-millions of dollars, and they didn't even have 100K before that, how much more happy are they going to be? It's pretty obvious. The person who was broke, okay, I don't need to say anything. That is just like with everything else in life. The beauty, the struggle. The ugly, the beauty. Right now, I'm not going to say I'm in the struggle or I'm in the hard struggle. I'm not going to say my whole life's a struggle. I don't want to make people online sympathize or do any of that stuff. No, okay, we've all had a hard life to some degree, okay? And for me to not love this current moment would just be so stupid. I've heard all those people say to love being in the struggle, love being poor, and all these things. And there's a reason to it. I've had some injuries in the past with basketball, I've twisted or I've sprained both my ankles like 2 to 3 times each. And the last time I did, I sprained my left ankle, my left one, like 6 months ago. And I remember having these thoughts after I sprained it. I was like, God damn, I was in pain. I was like angry at myself. I was like, why was I so stupid? Why was I this and that? And it took me like 2 weeks until I could like start walking again, like properly, or like doing exercise, or I forget how long, 2 to 3 weeks. But throughout that whole period of not being able to exercise or play basketball or do any of that physical activity, I realized how happy and how much I took things for granted when everything was fine. Before I was in the struggle, before I was in the pain, I realized how beautiful life was. It's not until something is taken away from you until you realize how beautiful and how much that certain thing has value. Think about if you're super fat and you were to get rid of all that weight. Of course you're gonna be feeling amazing being like really fit or whatever, but you could have that exact same satisfaction even while you're fat, because as long as you know that you're going to get to that end goal, to the end product, to the end outcome, you should love the whole situation through so that you can get all benefits of it. Making this video right now, this is the 4th take. The first 3, if I were to just let all that, the mistakes and all of the redos get to my head, I would probably be so pissed in this video. But why should I? Let it go. I learned with all the bad things that happen in your life, instead of looking at it, even me saying it, bad things, let's take the phrase bad things and let's convert it to a lesson. So let's say I break up with a girl. You break up with a girl. Let's use you for an example. You break up with a girl. So instead of using that heartbreak, or instead of viewing that heartbreak as something that is so bad, view it as a lesson. Let's say initially you aren't looking at bad things as a lesson. So let's just look at the break. Let's look at your breakup and what you did wrong, all right? You were too dependent on your lover for love. You weren't independent in that sense. You depended on your significant other for everything, whether it is for just to hang out, to talk to, just things of that nature. You're just being super attached to her or whatever, And the third thing, I don't know much about you. You're going to have to comment down what are your 3 things. But anyways, you get the point. So with you doing all these bad things in the relationship that caused the breakup, you didn't even notice because you were looking at it as just such a bad thing. Instead of learning the lesson, you were too dependent on that person. You became too clingy. You became too attached. You lost yourself. You weren't independent, So the next time you get into a heartbreak, and you probably will with the type of person you are, You have to look at the heartbreak or whatever it is as a lesson. It is teaching you something to be a better person, to be more independent, whatever it is. So, with being able to appreciate and learn things more easily, you will also be able to attract better things to you. Let's say you're in a negative mindset and you let it completely get to you. You're angry. You let the anger, you let the negativity completely consume you. You are consumed by negativity. You are now a negative person. Let's use this in the physical realm. All right. Let's give an analogy. Let's say I am walking through the mall. Let's say I'm walking through the mall and I have a grumpy face because I am angry. You know, my face reflects my inner emotions. So let's say I'm like this. Who's going to want to come talk to me? Let's say I'm like this. Who's going to want to mess with me? Who's going to want to become my friend? Who's going to come talk to me? Or if I go up to someone and I'm just like this, who's going to give me a positive reaction? You know, the world is not nice. You know, the world's not a nice place. People, if you go up to them, or if you're grumpy and you're just grumpy in general, people aren't going to say, hey, is everything fine with you? No, they're just going to be like, fuck you too. You know, why are you grumpy at me? I didn't do nothing to you. If you, even through the negative things, even through the bad times in life, if you keep a smile on your face, you're optimistic, you're happy, you are going to attract more better things. I know it seems very hard to do these things, to try to always be a positive person. Trust me, I struggle with it myself. I let negativity, I let bad times, I let the struggle get to me sometimes as well. But we are all human. We all have errors. We're not computers, you know, we malfunction. Even computers, they malfunction sometimes, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, even if you mess up, even if something bad happens to you, let it be a lesson, and you have to learn from that. I know in my last video, or in a couple videos ago, I talked about turning something negative into a positive. But now, try to look at that negative thing as a lesson instead of a negative of itself. Like I said, with any of these perspectives, with any of these views that I give you guys can use them to your advantage. You can use both of these views, you know. I'm simply just a person observing life, learning, and I'm putting my perspective onto a screen. And whatever I evolve to, whatever new perspective I come to that I feel is better than the last one, I'm going to say. But with that being said and done, I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think about this perspective. You know, you tell me, you guys be the critics. You guys are the subscribers, you guys are the viewers, you know. You guys might not even subscribe, you might not even be a subscriber, you know. But what the fuck? I messed up so bad. But I want, regardless if you're a subscriber or not, please comment down below your perspective on this whole thing, you know. And I'll use that as criticism. I'll evolve from that. I'll take into consideration, and I want to learn. With that being said and done, like the video, subscribe, share to your grandma, your grandpa, your aunt, or anybody who is related to you, your friends or anybody, you know, help the boy out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.